2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
1776 will commence again!
Oh yeah!
What you listening to, son?
I don't think you like it.
Well, why not? I like this new generation of music.
The music you're listening to now is by a band called Neutral Milk Hotel. And at the risk of sounding like a hipster, you've probably never heard of them. Don't worry though, you're not necessarily out of the loop. Their obscurity is largely intentional. For instance, even though they only released 2 albums, they have over 100 songs in their discography that were just never released. I, like many others, discovered them by word of mouth, because they don't advertise, they have no social media presence, and their most popular album doesn't even bear their name on its cover. So why on earth am I talking about them, and why should any of you care? Because many people, including myself, believe that Neutral Milk Hotel is one of the greatest bands in the history of music. And I am set on telling the story of the man behind the band's haunting but beautiful lyrics, odd instrumentation, and the web of intrigue that was left behind when he, and the band as a whole, stepped away from the public eye. Jeff Mangum was born in the small town of Ruston, Louisiana to Father James N. Mangum. The name of his mother, as well as other details of his early life, are not public knowledge. The earliest documented event in Mangum's life is the founding of the Elephant Six Recording Company. He founded the company with fellow musicians Robert Schneider, Will Cullen, and Bill Doss. Soon after, he moved to Athens, Georgia, where he performed with the band Olivia Tremor Control, where he mostly just contributed vocals. Sometime around 1990, Mangum left Athens to travel around the U.S. During this pilgrimage of sorts, he released several cassettes under the name Milk. These are now recognized as the first Neutral Milk Hotel releases. These were later put onto 2 compilation records called Invent Yourself a Shortcake and Beauty. He also released several demos during this time, including Hype City Soundtrack and Everything Is. In 1996, Neutral Milk Hotel's first official studio album, On Avery Island, was released. This is the first taste the world would get of Mangum's creative and haunting songwriting, as well as their signature lo-fi sound. However, at this point, Neutral Milk Hotel was still just a solo project. Most instrumentation was provided by friends of Jeff Mangum that also worked for the Elephant Six Recording Company. After this album's release, Mangum would find permanent bandmates and the inspiration to produce Neutral Milk Hotel's most critically acclaimed album, which you'll hear all about in part 2, next week on The Spill. Thanks for watching, guys.